You were taught to worship the wrong god. Zeus, king of Olympus, lord of the sky, the noble father of gods and men, that is the statue they show you. But read the myths the Greeks actually told, and a very different figure stands on that throne. A king who seized power by force, a husband who betrayed his wife 100 times over, a god who tortured the one who dared to help mankind. The Greeks did not love Zeus, they feared him, and once you see why, you will never look at the king of the gods the same way again. Start with how he came to power. Zeus did not inherit the throne, he took it. His father Cronus, fearing a prophecy, swallowed his own children whole. Zeus survived only because his mother hid him. And when he grew, he did not forgive, he made war. He cut his siblings out of his father's belly, waged a 10-year war against the Titans, and cast his own father down into the abyss. The king of the gods began his reign by overthrowing his family. Then came the division of the world. 3 brothers, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, drew lots for the universe. Hades drew the underworld, the worst lot of all, and carried it without complaint. Poseidon drew the sea. And Zeus drew the sky, the throne of heaven, the seat of power over gods and mortals alike. He did not earn it, he drew it by chance. And the way he used that power would expose exactly what kind of god he truly was. And here is what the myths never stopped telling us. Zeus could not be faithful to save his life. He was married to Hera, queen of the gods, yet the stories of his betrayals fill entire books. He chased goddess after goddess, woman after woman, mortal after mortal, and he rarely simply asked. To get what he wanted, the king of the gods became a master of deception, taking on shapes to deceive and to trap. Consider the disguises. To reach Europa, he became a white bull and carried her across the sea. To reach Leda, he became a swan. To reach Danae, locked away in a bronze tower, he poured himself in as a shower of golden rain. To reach Callisto, he wore the face of a goddess she trusted. Behind the beautiful imagery the painters loved, these are stories of a powerful god deceiving the powerless to take what he wanted. And the women almost always paid the price, not him. And watch who suffered for his crimes. When Hera's rage burned, it almost never reached Zeus. It fell on the women and the children. Io was turned into a cow and chased across the world by a stinging fly. Callisto was turned into a bear. Leto was hunted from every land while trying to give birth. Zeus, the all-powerful king, stood by and let them be punished for what he had done. He kept his throne. They lost everything. But his cruelty was not reserved for mortals alone. And then there is Prometheus. When humanity sat cold and starving in the dark, it was the Titan Prometheus who took pity on us and stole fire from the gods to give to mankind. Zeus's response tells you everything. He did not reward the kindness. He chained Prometheus to a mountain and sent an eagle to tear out his liver every single day, for eternity, only for it to grow back and be torn out again. The god who helped humanity was tortured forever by the king who wanted us to stay in the dark. And he did not stop with Prometheus. To punish humanity for accepting that gift of fire, Zeus designed a trap. He had the gods create Pandora, the first woman, beautiful and curious, and handed her a sealed jar he knew she could not resist opening. When she did, every evil, sickness, sorrow, and death poured out into the world forever. The suffering of all mankind was, in the myth, a deliberate act of revenge by the king of the gods. He punished the whole human race for one Titan's mercy. So what kind of king was Zeus, really? He ruled by fear. He threatened the other gods that if they all pulled against him on a golden chain, he could drag every one of them up to him and they could never move him. He swallowed his first wife Metis whole when he feared her child might outshine him, the very crime his own father had committed. The cycle he claimed to end, he simply continued. He was not the opposite of the tyrant Cronus, he was his heir. And here is the contrast that exposes him completely. His brother Hades, the so-called god of the dead, drew the worst lot in all creation and bore it with honor. Hades kept every oath. Hades never betrayed his wife. Hades was fair. Zeus, who drew the best lot, the throne of heaven itself, broke his word, betrayed his queen, and punished the innocent. We turned the faithful brother into the devil and the unfaithful one into the noble king. We got it exactly backwards. So why did the Greeks still build him the greatest temples? Because Zeus was power, and power demands worship whether it deserves it or not. He was the sky, the storm, the thunder that could end a harvest or a life. To survive, you flattered the strongest force in your world. Their worship was not love. It was fear dressed as reverence, the same fear a kingdom shows a king who could destroy it on a whim. They praised him precisely because they could not afford to anger him. So remember Zeus as the Greeks truly knew him. Not the wise and noble father of the gods, but the most powerful being in their world, and one of the most dangerous. A king who took the throne by force, kept it by fear, betrayed everyone who trusted him, and punished the innocent to protect his own power. The real monster of Greek myth was never lurking in the underworld below. He was sitting on the throne at the very top, holding a lightning bolt, smiling down. If this changed how you see him, subscribe, because the gods you thought you knew have darker stories still waiting to be told.